Hello everybody, I got this 2016 GMC Acadia Denali. This is an all-wheel drive and I'm replacing on this control arms. I got a control arms with new ball joints, new bushings. This one is not fastened, so I can definitely put a new grease in there inside the bushing hole. You can see that. I like to do that. So first thing first, get the car on a jack and remove the wheel. Once you got the wheel out, we're gonna go ahead and get these front struts, both of the bolts out, get them taken out. Now, the reason we do that is we're gonna need to get to this ball joint bolt, and it will spin freely with the ball joint if you try with the open wrench or so. And then we're going to open the axle nut, take the axle out, and that will give us access to the ball joint bolt. Then we'll go down and remove this bolt here. And then we're going to go down here and remove those two bolts there to slide the whole control arm out. So on this side you cannot put a gun on it because these grooves right here are actually going into the hold on, I'm gonna push. There we go. So you have to force, if you have air hammer, push these bolts out. That's the only way to take these out. Here we go. Next, let's get the axle nut. For the axle nut, we need 34mm socket. If you're doing it for yourself, just gonna need one socket. Now we got axle out. As you can see, it's very easy to push it out. Perfect. Now I'm gonna put socket and universal extension on it. Here's the setup I used with the gun. It's 21mm. So to get these bolts here, there's the fasteners on top. You have to hold the fasteners, otherwise this bolt will spin. It's 18mm. Fasteners are right here. They're not welded, so they will spin when you try to open them. That will free this side. Let's go to that one. It's an odd place. And back of it here is right next to sway bar. So you just gotta find a perfect point to get to this bolt here. I got access to the bolt from the top right here. And is 13/16. You have to hold this bolt back here, otherwise it will spin. Let's see if we can take it out without hitting this sway bar. I gotta move it around, hold on. You have no choice but to take this out. Sway bar links. So I'm replacing both sides of the control arms. I'm gonna go ahead and remove both sides of the sway bar links. Because if you remove just one, it won't work. And the bolt is hitting the sway bar link. So we have to remove sway bars. So once I get both sway bars out, I can push the sway bar down and got the bolt out. When you remove both of the links, the sway bar is easy to remove. The control arm lower ball joint's out. So let's try. Here we go. Here we go. This guy's out. Here's our new part. Okay, one thing you have to confirm is the direction of the inner tie. Right here, you see the direction of the inner tie towards the inside bushing. That's how we're going to install it. To install this, I'm going to slide this first, and then that part, and then I'll pull the ball joint up and tighten it up. I cannot make video of it, but this is what you need to do. So here's how it looks underneath. And this one I'm going to tighten after everything is complete. So these bolts, there's fasteners on top. I don't know if you can see them, but I reach those fasteners from the back there and hold them in place while I'm tightening this. This bolt is already in. I also have slid the new ball joint in and put the fastener on it. Next, I'm just going to torque everything down with my gun and put everything back. You're going to want to connect everything. You know what? This thing is super dry. Let's add some anti-seize. I don't want to put too much, but just enough. Right. Behind this axle, there's a washer. If you took this axle out completely, make sure you put that washer back in. So we got this connected, tightened up, ball joint done, the back bolts completely tight, that one's tightened. Now it's the time to tighten this guy here, the last. Right now, if you're replacing the second one, do not install the sway bar link until you complete the second one. If you're only doing one, go ahead, put this back together. So, yeah, it's tight. The reason I tightened this the last is we want a control arm, easy lift up when you're installing the ball joint here. Another thing you don't want to do is tighten that bolt while your control arm is leaning down. Make sure your control arm is in position with the ball joint, then tighten down. And you will have to take the ball joint out of the hub assembly, a spindle assembly, so you can get your socket in there. Once you tighten it down, ball joint and control arm will be in a perfect height. It'll be extremely easy to install it into the spindle. Now, if you had a control arm in a down position, you tighten that bolt and that one, the control arm will be extremely hard to pull up, and it's not good for the suspension either. So that's something you want to do. The lower control arm on this side is installed. I did take out these ABS sensor mount clips, so just because I don't want anything damaging. There we go. So clips are back on. Double check the sensor wire is good, no stretch. That's it. So this is what it takes to replace the lower control arm in your Acadia Denali 2016. And you do need quite a bit of tools. This is not one socket fit all. The way they designed it, you need 6 different type of sockets on this guy, and none of them are welded. So the upper fasteners are not welded like you saw. You will have to get some way to open wrench to hold it down or something like that. So so this does require a little bit of tools, but it can be done if you want to do it yourself. You do have to have a little patience. Now, if you have removed the spindle completely, one thing you want to do is remove the top part of the caliper, hang it on the springs, take out the brake ABS sensor completely, let it hang on the strut itself, because you don't want that stretching over the spindle assembly and breaking stuff. That is if you are working on this the first time, to be safe. Well, thank you so much for watching, everybody. I appreciate it. See you in the next video. Please like and subscribe, and have a wonderful day.